I'd like to call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting of October the 7th, 2021 to order at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask Clerk Sinski for a roll call, please.
Mayor Gunter.
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Barker.
Here.
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Guzzo.
Here.
Trustee Little.
Here.
Trustee Nero is absent tonight. Trustee Simonovich.
Here.
Attorney Zemanek.
Here.
Village Manager May.
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Parker.
Here. And would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone, and at this point, open forum. If there's anybody here who has an item that's not on the agenda, now's the time. Everybody's here with an agenda item, so I close open forum. And moving on to reports, which is mine, I'm going to turn my first report over to Trustee Barker.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, I'm happy to report to you that we have a special presentation this evening from the DuPage Monarch Project. Ms. Lonnie Morris and Connie Schmidt are here this evening. If you'd like to come up to the podium, ladies.
Would it be easier for me to speak if I keep it
Yeah,
on?
you can take that.
You can take it
What
off.
is your preference? Okay. Hi, my name is Connie Schmidt. I'm a board member for the DuPage Monarch Project. Also with me today is Lonnie Morris. Lonnie is our volunteer coordinator, and she dreamed and made the DuPage Monarch Project a reality. The DuPage Monarch Project is a collaboration between 4 groups: the Forest Preserve District of DuPage, the Conservation Foundation, River Prairie Group of the Sierra Club, and then also Wild Ones of Greater DuPage, which is a native seed collecting group. And today I am pleased to be here to present to Westmont, the city of Westmont, the Pat Miller Community Engagement Award. And we are giving you this award because of your innovative approach to engaging residents in pollinator conservation. You've done an incredible project, and we are excited about it. It's also very appropriate to be here in Westmont because, if you don't know, Pat Miller, whom the award is named after, is a Westmont resident. And the award is named after her because way back in 2005, she began the conservation efforts in our area and really provided the foundation that the DuPage Monarch Project is founded on. So saving monarchs is an all-hands-on-deck project, and we're so excited that so many community in DuPage, like Westmont, are joining our effort. We're asking volunteers to remove invasive species, we're reducing our use of pesticides, we're living sustainable lifestyles, and trying to have less environmental impact. And we're suggesting for homeowners to shrink their lawns, plant native species, trees, shrubs and flowers, and provide more nectar and pollen. Well, Westmont came up with a really creative approach that is appealing to your homeowners and benefits our pollinators. You came up with, or you adopted the approach of no mow till Mother's Day. And it makes actually having a lawn still part of the solution. With this effort, all you did was ask your residents, lay off on the mowers until you get later in spring, until close to Mother's Day. And as a result, the little pollinators that were emerging were able to nourish themselves on the little flowers that are in our lawns long before a lot of the other flowers are blooming in our gardens. An example of a species that was supported by this are the Bumble Bees. Their queens emerge very first, and the queens are the only bee that survives of that species that survives throughout the winter. So her job is to emerge and find food, lay eggs, start a new nest. And by delaying this lawn mowing, you guys did that. So we want to thank your Environmental Improvement Committee, did a great job diligently researching the benefits of this program on delaying mowing. You considered it from both the pollinator standpoint as well as from the homeowner's perspective. You were so well organized. There were signs, questions were answered, and you even gave tips for mowing long grass once the time frame had ended. So It is our hope that with Westmont's leadership, more communities will be inspired to follow this example, and we'll have more pollinators benefit across DuPage. So thank you, Mayor Gunter. Thank you, each one of you village trustees who helped support this. Thank you, members of the Environmental Improvement Committee. And John Yater in particular, he was the village forester and liaison who helped as with the effort in the Environmental Improvement Committee. And of course, we want to recognize Pat Miller, the Westmont resident who inspires monarch conservation across DuPage County. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I would have John, I think John was instrumental in presenting it to the board. So John, you want to come up and be one of the acceptors?
Mayor, you gotta go take a selfie now with them.
Mayor, if I could just add one thing.
Yeah, please.
So the EIC committee met on Monday night, and, you know, while John has stepped down and Manager May is filling in, we also have Trustee Little, who is a butterfly specialist, and she told us about butterflies, and I forget how many you raised, but how many, Linda?
I hatched and raised 83 monarch, and released 83 monarch butterflies this year.
Nice.
And,
Get a picture with her holding that. We should have had you up there.
and then as a sidebar, she's doing praying mantis also. But a great co-chair for the committee, and really a super group of people, and we're honored. So thank you.
Well, thank you. And again, thank you, ladies. Moving on, I don't know if Chief Riley has any update on COVID-19,
Chief Riley's not on this evening.
so we will not have an update. Couple items that are coming up, the prescription drug take-back, October 23rd. Our residents are welcome to drop off their unwanted prescription drugs at the police department, fire headquarters, and Mariano's. We also are sponsoring a paper shred event, October the 30th. Bring your paper to be shredded to the police department from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and they're suggesting a $5 donation per box. We're getting closer to our 100th anniversary celebration on November the 10th. The committee's been working on this for years, and now we're finally getting to the celebration. The plans are almost finalized. You'll see the itinerary coming out soon. We know we're going to have 11:30 a James Addington Plaza dedication, and then most of the activities are going to start between 4 and 5 and conclude about 7:30. But there'll be an itinerary laying that all out. Ceramic plates, commemorative ceramic plates on sale. There's a limited supply of our commemorative plates, visit our website to learn more and place your order. That's the actual plate. Now, the license plates are in and have been delivered. You can see people driving around town with the new plate on their vehicle. If you're still interested in purchasing a plate, contact us at communications@westmont.il.gov. And again, that's for the months of October and November. So we're looking forward to November the 10th. And I'm going to ask Clerk Simsky if she has some information.
I just want to give some trick-or-treat guidelines in Westmont. It is recommended that trick-or-treating hours are from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Halloween this year, Sunday, October 31st. So that's from our police department, I'm sure. That gives us all the information, and that's the way it'll be.
Thank you. All right, thank you. I'm going to turn over here to Trustee Little.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have a few items tonight. We just had an Administration Finance Committee meeting where earlier this afternoon, where we discussed the ARPA funds from federal monies. We scheduled to receive about $3.2 million. We're going to be using $1.6 million to assist with water rates so that we can prevent increases that were already set in 2019. And we're also going to add a little bit of money to the first responders due to extra risk taken during COVID. We presented a calendar year for 2022, and the meeting dates all looked approved, and everybody was happy with it. The fire department presented need for a new command and communications vehicle. Our current vehicle was purchased in 1997. Due to the fact that it's 26 years old and nearing the end of its life, request was submitted for a new vehicle to the tune of about $677,000. Fire department personnel has been very effective in looking for outside funding. The village is only being asked for about $100,000 toward that vehicle. Assistant Village Manager Parker requested about $30,000 for updating and upgrading our software. Then in the Community Events Department, the Zombie Pub Tour is scheduled for October 30th. It's a Saturday. It's a great way for adults to enjoy the Halloween and support local businesses along the way. Please sign up at westmontevents.com. We have the Wicked West Fest. It's a month-long celebration throughout all of October. Details at westmontevents.com. Be sure to mark your calendars for October the 23rd, which will include the Trick or Treat Trail, Pumpkin Smashing Event, Caskets on Cast Race, and the Wicked West Fest Costume Contest. We also have a new item going in this year for downtown business window painting. The Creative Arts Network is asking downtown businesses to sign up and have their storefronts painted for fall and Halloween. Businesses can sign up on the WSEC website, westmontevents.com. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. And Trustee Simonovich.
Thank you, Mayor. One of the other things that came up at the Administration and Finance Committee this evening that I want to remind everyone of is that Monday starts the commuter Lot A parking lot resurfacing here just on the south side of the tracks. So alternative parking arrangements can be made, including parking on Adams Street and Grant, where there is normally a 4-hour restriction that will be lifted during that time. I want to remind everyone that the village continues to be hiring. You can find applications for that on the village website. We are continuing to hire for part-time firefighter EMT basic and firefighter EMT paramedic, as well as the firefighter candidate program that I've detailed previously. We are in various stages of the hiring process for a number of positions. I also want to say congratulations to the new hire that started as the administrative assistant, as well as congrats to the retiring Battalion Chief Little. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Trustee Marie Johannick Puzo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I want to congratulate the Public Works Department on a wonderful open house, which was held September 25th. And also congratulations to the Fire Department on a wonderful open house that was held on October 2nd. So the crowds were great, the weather held out for the Fire Department, and both events were very well attended, so kudos to them. Fire Public Safety Committee, our next meeting will be October 21st here at the Village Hall at 4:30, and everyone is invited to attend. Then the fire truck contest was a big success. We received over 50 pictures of the fire truck from 12 teams. There was a 3-way tie for first place. Each winner received a 100th anniversary Beanie Baby. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Nurl is absent tonight, and I'll give his quick update. He also complimented the Public Works Department on their open house. They did a fabulous job. His next Public Works Committee meeting will be December 16th here at 4:30. Those who could see, Addington Plaza construction is underway, as well as the new Village Fueling Center at the Fire Department headquarters, about 50% complete. Trustee Barker.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things. Westmont First will meet on October 18th, Monday, October 18th at 6 p.m. And then the EIC committee, as I stated earlier, had met on Monday, and we're happy to report that we now have a community solar page on the village website. We're able to get some preliminary information pulled together and get that up there for people that are interested in solar power, whether it's residential or commercial. We have an upcoming pumpkin composting event on November 6th from 9 to noon at the library, and we're working with them on that project. And last year was a record number of pumpkin composting during the COVID pandemic, but it's an outdoor activity, so we're expecting more of the same. Looking forward to that. And then, as we heard earlier, we got an award for the snowmo thing, and I'll be working with the committee to bring that back to the board to seek permission to do it again, probably January, early February. The one thing that we heard is the residents would like to hear about it sooner so they could adjust their lawn contracts maybe and save a month's worth of mowing. But that's a lot of good things from the EIC, and again, I thank them for all their efforts on behalf of the village. That is all.
And I love the no-mow signs for the yards, so they really came out nice that they post in their yard when they're not mowing till Mother's Day. Trustee Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Regarding Community Development Committee, the Planning and Zoning Committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 13th. Items to consider will include a proposal for a small medical clinic at 6230 South Cass to replace the vacant bank building on that site. And also a subdivision to create 3 residential lots at the southeast corner of Ridge and 63rd, and an amendment to the village zoning rules to clarify regulations for accordion business. Regarding the Chamber of Commerce, tomorrow will be a ribbon cutting ceremony. It'll be a 10-year anniversary at the Dynamic Perception Dance Company on Friday, October 8th at 11:30. It's located at 766 Borough Drive, which is right just west of Ty Warner Park. And I'll congratulate Jessica Garrett and her hardworking team for reaching 10 years in a very interesting business, dancing. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a number of dancing businesses in town, so we're a dancing capital in DuPage County. So items to remove from the consent agenda, I ask that the library proclamation be removed. Anybody else have any other items? Seeing none, I'd ask Manager May to read.
Thank you. On the consent agenda this evening starts with Village Board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes of the Village Board meeting held September 23rd, 2021. It's followed by Finance Ordinance number 12 in the aggregate amount of $1,174,050.48. Purchase orders. We have 5 purchase orders, first being Dell Marketing LP, $21,509.50. This is for the Microsoft Enterprise Licensing Agreement for 3 years. Next is the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, $25,984.86. This is a loan repayment. Mead Incorporated, $42,600. Traffic signal upgrades, and in particular,
Is that one location?
this is for the Burlington Avenue, at Cass Avenue. And it's a combination of the resurfacing, other improvements we had to make with the railroad interconnect, and other features, but it is one location, yes. Thomas Engineering Group LLC, $65,550 is the engineering work for the Cass Burlington realignment, the S-curve. And the fifth purchase order, LDV Incorporated, $677,861, and that represents, as mentioned, the replacement 1888 Communications Command Vehicle. Those purchase orders total $833,505.36. The total of the purchase orders together with finance ordinance number 12 is $2,007,555.84. The proclamation was separated to be done independently, so that concludes the consent agenda.
Do I have a motion to approve as read?
Motion to approve is read, Little.
Second.
Motion's been made in second. Comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes?
Trustee Brady,
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich,
Yes.
Trustee Barker,
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to the item we removed, the proclamation for Friends of the Library Week. Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little.
Second, Barker.
Motion made and second to approve. I'd ask for a roll call, and then I'm going to ask the ladies to come up to the podium.
Should I read it? Would you like it read?
Yeah, let's read it first.
Thank you.
That's your job.
Proclamation National Friends of the Library Week, October 17 through 23 of 2021. Whereas Westmont Library is a cornerstone of our community, the Friends of the Library Association is one of the building blocks of our library. And whereas the Friends of the Library give their time, talents, and knowledge of our community to ensure that programs are available to enrich the lives of our residents. And whereas in 2020, during the pandemic lockdown, the Friends of the Library raised over $2,000 while sponsoring 11 programs that were attended by over 800 people. And whereas the Friends of the Library are advocates for our community through the work of the Westmont Public Library, and whereas library supporters and advocates across the nation seek to ensure that communities have the resources for all that library offers, and whereas the Friends of the Westmont Library are vital to our library and our community. Now therefore be it resolved by Ronald J. Gunter, Mayor, does hereby proclaim that in the Village of Westmont, October 17th through 23rd, 2021 is National Friends of the Library Week. I encourage everyone to support the Friends of the Library and urge residents to consider joining this organization to make a positive impact on our Westmont Public Library.
Again, we've had a motion and a second. Comments? I do have to say the library has become a huge part of this community.
Carmen is here.
I know, we're going to vote on it, I'm going to have them come up. I just wanted to comment, they have been participating in all our activities and events past 10, 12 years, unlike any other time, and they really have become a vital, they always were, but now they're becoming even more integrated with all of our other organizations. So I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes.
Trustee Barker,
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich,
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
My motion passes. The podium is yours. We want Jean up here.
And I'll come up.
They can all come up. We don't get to see Jean that much, so all our kids saw her.
Thank you, Mayor, for doing the proclamation for us. I would like to thank my officers who are there with me today, and really want to give a heartfelt thanks to our ex-officer, Mary Gabriel, whose initiative was this. and thank you for making this initiative come true. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just want to say that I want to thank the friends who have been a vital part of the library and for being such strong advocates for us. And it's been a pleasure to work with each and every one of you, and I look forward for that to continue. Thank you.
Would you like to get a picture? This is kind of a anniversary coins.
Oh, thank
I'd like
you.
to present it. Thank you. And come on, we'll go up to the front. Thank you.
See, you put a pop of color in there.
Moving on, there's no unfinished business, so we'll move on to new business. A, increase in available Class 23 liquor license. Board to consider an ordinance increasing the number of available Class 23 liquor license by one for Westmont Management LLC or El Delphine Seafood and Bar and Grill at 6010 South Cass Avenue in Westmont. I got Deputy Liquor Commissioner Mulhorn.
Evening, Mayor and Village Board. Westmont Management LLC, doing business as El Delphine Seafood Bar and Grill at 6010 South Cass Avenue, submitted an application for a Class 23 liquor license in August of 2021. The board previously reduced the 365-day waiting period to 6 months due to a change in ownership. A Class 23 license is required to provide/allow video gaming by the Illinois Gaming Board. El Delphine Seafood Bar and Grill wishes to provide video gaming as an amenity to customers. The primary business will continue to be that of a restaurant. I have with me here today the two owners, Mike Hussein and Jesus Serrano, owners of El Delphine. I won't go into it too much, but as you know, back in February, they had a change in ownership where Mike sold 50% of the business to Jesus. And at that time, Click no longer ceased to be in existence. At that time, Mike had, completed 365 days and was going to have to wait another 365 days before being eligible. The board at that time discussed, well, since there was a 50% change in ownership, that we would reduce the 365 days by 6 months, half a year, and that's where we're at today. They are eligible. They have completed the 6-month waiting period. There have been no formal violations in front of the Liquor Commissioner for El Delphine. There was one previously for Click under Mike's management, but that was, again, under the previous license, not this one. So Mike and Jesus are here to explain or answer any questions the board may have, or if you have any questions of me.
No, your report was well done. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Evening.
So we were looking forward to, you guys can consider that too, to approve that, so we can have more revenue and more entertainment and more clientele for our business. We really need that, your help.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Simonovich.
Motion made, second. On the question. You have any questions? Or?
Mayor, I would
Yes, Trustee Barker.
I'd just like to make a point. I'm all in favor of restaurants. I'm not in favor personally of expanding video gaming in this community because I think we have enough. But it's important, if this does get passed, that you maintain a strong restaurant presence, because there's stipulations to it that the manager can tell you. But it's very important to me, and I would ask that we watch this, that we make sure that we stay a restaurant first, and then I'll call it a bar, nightclub / video gaming place where it doesn't turn into a video cafe. It stays a restaurant as the #1 priority. So that's, I just wanted to make that statement and make it clear, and it's
I can explain to
exclusive
you,
to all of our.
I can explain to you and I can share to you about that too, because I'm running the restaurants and I have the machine. It's not our priority. This extra general income after the COVID, we're hurting really bad.
Yeah.
So that's just an extra generate, and people are able to come in and eat, drink, and, play the game too. So, because our priority is not focused on become a video cafe.
Good.
Good, and I think that's the sentiment of the entire board, is that that doesn't take over your business, because your license to operate is a restaurant. So I think we're just saying that if it passes, we're still want you to be a restaurant first, and you do too, because you need that revenue in order to pay your bills. So, any other comments? And I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
No.
And again, it passes, so we'll get your license. Tom will take care of all the paperwork, so.
Sure.
All right, and again, we know you have a room off the restaurant, which is really convenient for the gaming, away from the,
That's the reason I saved that room from day one.
yeah, all right,
It's going to be separate from the restaurant.
okay. Well, good luck, and Tom will take care of all the stuff with you.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
New business B, water deposit text amendment. Board to consider ordinance approving the following text amendments to the Westmont Code of Ordinances. 1, amendment to section 82-55, adjusting the amount of deposits for fire hydrant meter deposits. And 2, amendment to section 82-152, adjusting the amount of water deposits and the process for refunding deposits. I'm going to have to turn this over to Assistant Village Manager Parker to explain.
Sure, this is a joint project with both Finance and the Public Works Department. We kind of started it when utility billing was under the auspices of Finance, so I'll cover it, but Mike can add anything or may be available for some additional questions if needed. But I will say this really got started as we've been implementing our software for our new utility billing system. And in going through there, we're building out the rules for deposits, and we're comparing our current practices to the village code and kind of looking at the code and seeing what made a lot of sense and what may not make as much sense anymore. So with that, we looked at the village code and are proposing a few changes, mostly to bring it into current practice, but also to bring some dollar amounts up to a little bit more reasonable standards. So, for example, in the fire hydrant meter deposit, what's listed in the ordinance, the code currently says we'll be charged a deposit of $300 for the use of a fire hydrant meter. And in essence, what we're doing with these deposits is we allow people to connect to the fire hydrants to be able to use the water, and then we want the meter back. And so the deposit needs to be about the same value as a meter. Meters are now worth closer to $1,500 to $3,000 as opposed to the $300 that they were probably worth when this code was initially created. And so what we're changing in that specific one is to say we want it to be approximately equal to the cost of the meter. And then in the other deposits, we're largely bringing some things into a little bit more consistency. And so we're changing deposit amounts for new customers that come in. We're not editing the old customer deposit amounts, but for new customers that come in, residents will be paying $50, which I will say is consistent with practice, though the code says $40. And with multifamily developments, it's that $50 multiplied by the number of people in the building with a maximum of 500. Currently, the maximum per building was $200, which for a large multifamily complex isn't going to cover a full deposit. The point of the deposit would be when ownership changes, we have money on hand that we can apply to the last bill. If there's excess, we'll send it back to the customer, but if not, it at least covers the bill, because sometimes it's hard to find people who have moved once they move. So those are the main differences. I will also say commercial buildings currently have a $60, and we're looking at putting it to $100, again, to get closer to what commercial buildings would usually spend on our water bill, and to make it an easy factor of 50 for residential, multiplied by 2 is 100 for commercial. And then in regards to the refund of those amounts, if a customer asks for the refund, we'll give it to them no matter what the cost is. But if they don't ask for it, anything under $5, the village is just going to roll into our funds. I believe we've issued a check to somebody for like 33 cents. So the check is worth less than the postage to mail it. So if people are going to push for it and want their 33 cents, we'll of course give it to them. If not, we're not going to spend the staff time and the postage mailing them a check for 33 cents.
And when they rent the meter for the hydrant, do we turn the hydrant on for them?
I would defer to Mike on that question for the distribution of water, but I believe so. I believe it takes water department to do it, or to manager may.
Yeah, we do. We manage the installation of the meter and turning the hydrant on for them. And when they're done, we will go and get the reading off the meter, and then turn the hydrant off at that point.
And that filling swimming pools is probably the #1 reason.
Usually, mostly it's construction. Construction, projects use it the most.
I keep forgetting, I'm thinking swimming pool. Would we allow someone to tap on the fire hydrant to fill a swimming pool?
We haven't done that in a few years. I think it was like 2012 was the last time anybody asked us to fill up a swimming pool.
Okay, well, forget I said that. One motion then? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Simonovich?
Motion been made and second. Any additional comments? And we've had a number of rental units that have left, and the tenant has left, and we have a bill to be paid by so it's good to have a little bit increase in deposit that we have on hand. I mean, we've talked about this a number of times, so I think it's great. If no other comments, I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Motion passes. That's all the new business. Miscellaneous. Is there anything, anybody? There is a fundraiser this Sunday at the Veterans Memorial Park for one of our residents who found out he had cancer. And what's Alex? I'm looking at Larry, but he has extremely a lot of medical bills. His mom had to leave her job, or they wouldn't give her time off. So at the Little League field, the Lions Club is going to be cooking cheeseburgers and hot dogs, and they're looking for donations for those. So if anytime between 11 and 3 Sunday, stop by the Little League field at Veterans Memorial Park, and all the money, all the proceeds goes to the Lions Club, donating that right to the family. So Larry, come on up.
I'll simply add that in addition to that event on Sunday, we're planning on doing the same thing during the trick-or-treat trail. So there'll be another opportunity in case you can't make it Sunday.
And again, the parent, the father, is part of the Lions Club, and I think he came home, and I don't know if you've seen the video, the junior high was all out welcoming him home. So it's an uphill battle. So I thought I'd just mention that for anybody who's out and about this Sunday. Other than that, anybody got it? Yes, Tristan.
One more item, Mayor. Friday is the silent parade, so the fire department will be participating. It drives from Hinsdale all the way to Lyle, and it starts at 7 o'clock.
So it started at 7 in Hinsdale. All right.
In Hinsdale, and it'll run down Chicago to
Maple.
Okay.
And out to.
And all the local departments participate.
Right, it's a silent parade. The lights and everything will be running, but no sound, and all the trucks will be in a lineup, and there'll be squad cars and everything. So there's usually a very nice turnout for that.
Tomorrow night, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Seeing nothing, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Barker.
Second, Guzzo.
Made a second to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Again, thank everyone. This meeting is adjourned.